Hi guys, hi. How are you? How you doing? It's Highguard Day, and I'm snowed in. I don't have work, so therefore I'm going to try Highguard. Can't you tell how excited I am? I'm so excited to play this game. I'm ecstatic. I really want to play this game. I want to play it. I want to play this game. This is an effort to, I guess to quell the negativity that's around it. Look, I had my thoughts and my opinions about the game. I understand that, okay? I get that I had some negative things to say about the game, but I'm downloading it. I'm at 70% right now, and I'm waiting for my cousin Mike to join in with me so that we can see how this game is. I'm not necessarily sure what to expect. I haven't even watched any of the trailers, the new ones that came out a little while ago, so I have no idea what to expect. I don't know what to do. I'm going in 100% blind. I think a lot of people are going in 100% blind because of the lack of what we know about this game. So there's that. But I'm gonna go into it with an optimistic viewpoint. Okay, I'm gonna try not to be negative about it at all. And I'm just gonna play it for what it is and experience the game. We're gonna give it a good old college try. Good old hour. See if I like it. And if I don't like it, I will give my reasons why after we're done. But okay, like, I just want you guys to experience the game with me. Okay, so we're gonna experience the game. We're gonna see what we think. And then I'll give my suggestions or my critiques after I'm done giving it about an hour's worth of gameplay.
Okay.
Not sure. Is it an Ewok? Okay, the head wall. Very sensitive. Okay. I mean, it feels good. It's very sensitive. Like, extremely sensitive.
Flynn's just ahead. He'll lead the basics, and when he thinks you're ready,
Right.
I'll finish this up.
Okay, we got the mantle
Welcome.
going. What
I'm
up,
Trader
Flynn?
Flynn. Just call me Flynn. First step's just ahead. Let's see what you're made of.
What the hell, bro? What was that?
Let's head to that platform, kid.
Yeah, shut up. I know what I have to do, but that was weird, bro. There's no animation for the mouth. It's a little weird, okay? I can't stow my gun. At least not yet.
Over here, kid. Let's get this thing
I
started.
see you. Stop calling me kid.
Okay. It's
Okay,
dangerous out there. You can lose yourself or your mate. But folks like us don't quite go away, now do we? We can come back with help. Give it a go.
He's just making weird sounds. He's like a robot. You're a robot.
Hey, your fight's not with me.
Hey,
Don't wait
shut
too
up.
long, kid.
You're a
It'll
robot.
make your job
Okay,
much
goodbye.
more difficult.
So I have to harvest this shit? Late? What are you talking about late? Harvest Vesper. What? There's destruction in the game. That's cool. Not mad at that.
Not too bad. Now, let's try something else. I'm going to reinforce those
hell?
walls. Reinforced walls are stronger than stone. Your little axe won't do too much if you want to try.
Rockets.
Use that gun of yours to finish them off. Or you can always give me more coin for ammo.
Sure, I'll give you more coin for ammo. Here. Oh my god, I gotta go harvest assholes again?
I do love destruction. But time to move on. You say you're a warden. Let's see what power you've really got.
Apparently.
I'll meet you over there.
Cool.
That
All
power
right.
is what makes us special, unique. Let's see what yours can do. Now's the time to really shine. Move up to those walls and show me what you've got.
You got it. Alright. What? Not bad. Not bad. I like that. Okay. Yeah. I have to
Let
wait.
me help you out with a power boost.
Thanks,
Go
buddy.
on. You really are proving why the Vigil so desperately needs us.
I'm locked in
Now,
here now.
let's put all your weight behind this one. Let it out, Warden. I know you've got it in you.
What?
Try again. I bet you could tear through that whole building like it's paper. Let's go, Warden. Let loose. You've got this.
Did I do something? I don't... So I'm just yelling at shit. Okay.
Well, that's
I mean, it's
it
pretty
for me,
cool.
mate.
That's pretty cool.
Ah, there's your ride. Better go catch it. Good luck. I'll see you out there.
Or the airship. Okay.
Hop on board, Warden. The live fire
I'm
area is on
coming.
the next island.
I'm coming. What is this? Why is Gizmo in this game? Get Gizmo out here.
Friendly fire, kid.
Shut up. I think I'm just gonna play it. All right, so it's been some time. It's been some time. It's been close to 5 hours, roughly, with this game, and I wanted to give this game a legitimate try, like a legitimate stream's worth of try, right? And here's what I have to say about it. It should have been called MIDGUARD. So, do you want the good news or the bad news? Okay, good news it is then. So the game has good gunplay. The guns, you know, they feel good to use. They feel varied and they're very fun to use. Like, the different guns feel unique. I got into a very good groove after experimenting with the sniper rifle, and that thing is extremely fun to use. I really like the sniper rifle. Shotguns, they also hit with a purpose. They smack. They feel great, and they're balanced in a good way too, because after every shot you have to reload and then you can shoot again. And depending on the tier of the gun, you know, it takes a little while to reload the gun and then be able to shoot it again. It feels very good. It's not overpowered. They feel like they're supposed to feel, like a shotgun. That's good. The gunplay is fun and it's varied, right? But this is where the good news kind of comes to a stop. Outside of bugs, long loading queues, and just a game not finding people, apparently, just judging solely on the gameplay loop, okay? 3v3 is not right for this game. Unfortunately, right now, that's the only mode that's available. But personally, I do feel that a 5v5 or even a 6v6 would have fit much better for the game and the map and the way that you're supposed to play the game. It would make for a lot of just more nuanced fights in between waiting for the shield breaker, because 95% of the time I was playing this game, I was just running around on my Panther, looting and getting rocks. And it feels like this game takes a lot of inspiration from MOBAs, right? Like games like Steam's very own Deadlock or Supervive. Or, you know, of course, League of Legends. Except it's first person. So, it's not really a MOBA. It's different. Right? Because, you know, there's lanes and you have to run around to certain POIs. And you gotta get rocks for stuff. Because the more loot that you get, you know, to be able to protect yourself and also do the raid, the better off you are in the raid and the better chance you have of winning the raid. And that's all well and good if it was balanced to a point where, you know, there was fights in between and a little bit more variety. But all of that in playing the game in its first iteration just felt like busy work. Okay, I'm over here mining. I'm mining for rocks. I'm going to this POIs. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm looking for these guns. And then the shield breaker shows up. And then everybody goes to the shield breaker. And then that's when the fight starts, because people all go to the shield breaker. And then now you gotta fight for the shield breaker. And 95% of the time, too, like, when you get the shield breaker, it's usually the person who gets the shield breaker wins. Like, whoever gets it first kind of wins the game. But going back to the rock, I hated that. I hated that. There's like a little thing that you have to do, and if you hit it at the right time, you get more rocks or something like that, or you could break more rocks. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that I needed to get rocks to give to the shop guy. I just hated that. Also, legend, or sorry, not legend, warden abilities, they felt very underwhelming. Throughout my time playing the game, I used Scarlet, I think that's her name, the sand lady, and she's fine, she's great, she has great abilities, I liked her. But her ultimate, like, I had to hit people twice with her daggers in order for them to die. That should just be an insta kill if I hit her. You know, if I hit somebody with the dagger, they just die immediately. Also, there's no way to, like, have some sort of variety in the ways that you use your abilities, right? Like, if I use my ability to turn invisible, I should be able to pull out my gun while I'm invisible and shoot enemies from afar, right? Like, no, as soon as I pull out my gun, the ability is done. So there's really, like, no way to utilize your ability in conjunction with the game, like the game that you're experiencing. You just use them and then that's it. It's gone after that. You know, she turns invisible, and the only real way to use that is if you're getting attacked and you want to go invisible and reposition, or if you're in a shit situation and you have to reposition, you kind of use it like Wraith's ability. But there's no real synergy there. There's no real way to, like, change the ways in which you can use it to make for some really cool kind of game moments. And adding on to that sort of synergy, there's no real way. And, you know, I could be overstepping my bounds here, because from what I experienced, it didn't really feel like there was any real way to have, like, a team synergy that made sense. Like, there was no real way to be like, oh, you're using this person, I should use this person, so I can kind of, you know, feed off of that and actually help you, right? Kind of like the way that Marvel Rivals does it, and even Apex Legends, you know, like there's different squad compositions that you can use within those games that really, you know, makes for some interesting games, right? It just felt like people were just using their abilities, because it just didn't feel like there was that much thought put into the abilities and them being able to play off of each other in very unique and interesting ways. The way that Apex Legends does it, or Marvel Rivals, or those other types of games. It just didn't... So yeah, going back to the shield breaker thing. So really, like, when the shield breaker spawns, it spawns and everybody goes there, and then it's just a mad dash to get the shield breaker. Once you get it, then it's another mad dash to go to the opposing enemy's base and put it down so you can actually start destroying their base. So if your opponent gets the shield breaker and they get to your base ahead of time, you're just kind of screwed. Either way, whoever gets the shield breaker first, it's usually pretty hard to stop the person who has that from getting to your base. You can cut them off and use the, you know, the mounts to cut them off, but it's generally, like, pretty difficult unless you know what it is that you're doing and you can cut them off successfully. Because this game is relatively new, and because the tutorial doesn't really, like, give you that time to be able to strategize and play like a bot game, or like to understand sort of what the game really is, it doesn't really do, like, that good of a job to make you understand what the purpose of it is, like the shield breaker thing. Like, yeah, I got into some matches later on once I got familiar with it, where I was like, okay, we were cutting them off and we were shooting them and making sure that the shield breaker wasn't getting there. But even still, it was very difficult to stop the person who got the shield breaker first from getting to the opposing enemy's base. And with that said, if you get the shield breaker and you're out of there, it's just kind of like, okay, well, you won the game, you know? Like, practically, you pretty much won the game. And to combat this, right, like there's no real way to get your base back up in working order if somebody raids your base. There is a way. I'm not saying that mechanic doesn't exist in the game, because there is a way, but you're utilizing your resources, and by utilizing your resources and getting your base back up, you're wasting time that could be used to then go out and loot and get things, better items, so that you can be a more formidable opponent. So there's this kind of push and pull that happens, but the push and pull is not really there, right? Like it doesn't really exist. It's kind of one-sided. And that's literally the gameplay loop. It's you loot up, you break rocks, you go and try to find better stuff, better shields, better helmets, better saddles for your mount, because your mount it needs a saddle so it can go faster. I thought that was pretty stupid, but you know, whatever. And it's all color coded very much in the same way that Apex is, you know, red is the best shield in the world and whatever, you know. It's just, all of it is just very underwhelming. And I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun with it, because there were moments in there, like very pocketed moments in there, where I was like, okay, there's something here. And I was, you know, my adrenaline was rushing. But after maybe like the second hour, third hour, I was just, it felt like mental masturbation. I was just very bored with it. I was like, this doesn't feel like a fun game. Okay, it just doesn't feel fun. I literally uninstalled it because I can't see myself playing more than 5 hours of this game for what it is now. If they make changes to it, cool. I might, you know, reinstall it and check it out. But the way it is right now, I don't see myself playing more of that. The game also suffers a lot from the same types of issues that Apex Legends has. So one of the issues that Apex has is like hit regs, you know, or hit registrations. Like there was several moments in my gameplay where I know I got somebody dead to rights, but nothing happened, or their shield didn't break, or I got the sound as if I hit them, but they were just walking around as if nothing happened. It happened multiple times, and I know I'm pretty good at first-person shooters. I know when my shots land, and it's just, yeah, it was annoying. Also, the audio is just absolutely abysmal. It is probably the ugliest sounding games that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Thy blade unveil, I call thee!
And maybe it's because I'm spoiled from playing Arc Raiders, because Arc Raiders' sound design is just insanely good. But the sound design of this game is just, I don't like it at all. At all. Enemy footsteps either sounds like they're right on top of you or right next to you, even though they're like a mile away. It doesn't make any sense. Like, as soon as they get into your base, it sounds like they're on you, like right on top of you. And it's just very hard to determine where the enemy is, even though it sounds like it's right on your head. It's hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not good, and it doesn't make for a good experience at all. I didn't like that. Also, certain guns are just laughably bad. Like, I got this one raid gun that I think it was like an automatic shotgun. It said it was a raid gun. I forget what it was called. But I got it, and I'm point blank, you know, it's a red gun. I'm point blank right on top of this enemy, and I'm just unloading. And they have a red shield, and so do I. Cool. And it felt like I was unloading for an hour, right? And they just turn around and just murk me with one shot. I didn't understand that. I was just like, okay, if I have a red weapon, I should be able to destroy everybody with this weapon. Maybe I was using it wrong. I don't know. But it was weird. I'm just unloading, boom, 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 and nothing happened to this person. They just turned around and shot me in the face. Maybe it was a lag issue. I don't know. But it happened several times with that same weapon, and it just felt like I was just wasting my time using this weapon, even though it was the best weapon, apparently. I don't know. It's super weird. It didn't make any sense. But yeah, there really isn't anything more outside of the 3v3 raid type of gameplay loop. There's nothing else. It's just that or the training grounds, and that's it, right? And for the time that I played, I was about to say Apex Legends. For the time that I played Highguard, it's just an okay time. It's just very. It's a game. It's there. It's right there. You can play it if you want. It's okay. It's just it's all right. It's fine. It's there. And with that being said, I want to compare this game to a game that it shouldn't be compared to, and that's Arc Raiders. While Arc Raiders is a drastically different game, it's an extraction shooter. What they did with their game was actually share this game with their community. They released multiple, alphas, closed alphas, open betas, and this was like over the course of years. And throughout that course of, releasing these closed betas and talking to their community, they went back to the kitchen and they tweaked things here and there, and they made certain tweaks to guns, to the ways in which, heavy shields function, to the ways in which the gameplay loop functions, right? So the way in which a lot of things just function with each other within the game. Now, the game is not perfect. It's not. Arc Raiders is not perfect. It's still a buggy mess, but because of the fact that it is just so well crafted and so well done, and the audio is just great, the gameplay loop is fun, all of it makes for just such an amazing experience, because you can play the game in so many different ways. You can play it in a casual way, you can play it from a competitive way, you could do PvP if you want to by loading into certain maps, or just going out and just doing that, right? There's so many different ways that you can experience Arc Raiders that makes it fun. And because of the fact that it took years for them to do this and releasing so many different alphas, and the fact that they were extremely generous with who they let into their alphas, when they released the game, it exploded because the people who were a part of those closed alphas already knew what they had was gonna be great when it got released. And yeah, shadow dropping Highguard was part of the plan, right? That they said this recently. It was part of their plan to just shadow drop it, much like in the same ways that Apex did. But that wasn't the case. It was announced at, the Game Awards, and to be honest and fair, I don't think that shadow dropping this game would have garnered a different reception. I don't think it would be any different. I honestly do think that the announcement at the Game Awards gave this game a lot more recognition and a lot more notice than it deserved, because the way it is right now, it's just not. It's very clearly a game that needs the community's feedback. This game needs the community's feedback in order for it to survive, because while a lot of the core mechanics of it are great and they're fun, I just think that there's a lot of things that need to be tweaked and a lot of things that need to be fixed to make it a better game. This game needed more time in the kitchen to cook, and in order for that to happen, it needed to be released and shared with a community, and that feedback be taken extremely seriously, and they need to go back to the drawing board, do things, tweak this here and there and everywhere, until they can make the game or release the game the way that it needed to be released. But the fact that it was announced at the Game Awards, kind of, whether it's positive or negative, I think kind of did it better justice than shadow dropping it. Because honestly, I feel like if it was shadow dropped, I feel like this game would have had Concord levels of insane bad press, or just been forgotten about within this kind of game. Because while, yeah, it does a lot of things different from, the Apex Legends out there and the Fortnites and stuff like that, it does a lot of things different. I don't think that what is there is different enough to stand out. It's okay. It's all right. Be honest, I think this would have done a lot better as an actual MOBA, like a top-down MOBA like Supervive. This being a first-person shooter, I just don't think that it works too well. And the reason why I don't think it works too well is because the type of market or people that they're trying to market it to are the people who play Apex Legends or Call of Duty or something like that, right? This is not a game that's going to sit well with those types of communities, because Apex Legends is a movement shooter. Okay, It's very fast. You have to know certain metas. You have to move around and know the maps and what to do. It's a fast-paced game. This game is not fast. It's just a game, and you gotta go mine rocks. And yeah, I don't even think the people who play Valorant would enjoy this game. It sits on this very just like mid-tone level place. And while I commend them for trying to mash all of these types of things together, I don't think that what they've mashed together is coalescing in a great way. It's like putting water with oil, right? Like, you know how like the oil kind of sits on top of the water, and then maybe putting in some, you know, detergent in there to try to make it. It's just an amalgam of things that made a game, if that makes like, that's the best way that I can describe it. I don't know how else to describe it. And I do think that there are gonna be people out there that are gonna like this game. There's gonna be people out there that are gonna be like, yeah, boom, this is my game. I love this game. And that's great. I commend you for that. Okay, again, this is just my opinion. But I don't think it's gonna be enough people to hit in the same way that Arc Raiders has hit. To hit in the same way that Apex Legends has hit. I don't know who asked for this, right? Like, I don't know. Somebody who was developing this game said that this was a thing that they should do. And I'm not trying to hate on the developers at all, but I don't know where, when you had an idea like this, where you saw that somebody was asking for this, right? And then part of me kind of feels bad for the developers, because it's very clear that there was a lot of love, blood, sweat, and tears poured into this game. It's very clear that they cared about it, and it's very clear that what they created, like, there's a lot of things in here that they got right, like, and they do well. The gunplay's great, the movement's great. It's not Apex Legends movement, but those things are good, right? But it's the something about the loop that's just not vibing right with me personally. I just don't like it. It lends itself to a very just that's the best way to describe it. It's just a very it's like okay. And after a couple of hours with it, after the third hour, you're just like, all right. Anyways, guys, that's my review of Highguard. I'm trying not to be negative about it. I'm trying to, you know, just be nice about this game, because it's very clear that they cared about it. I don't know where this game is going to land. I hope that they do something with a lot of the criticisms. I hope they take a lot of these criticisms to heart, and I hope they go back to the drawing board with some of them and make some changes. I hope that it doesn't die off like a lot of the other games. But, you know, for me personally, I played what I played. 5 hours I feel like is enough for me to make a decision, and that decision that I have is it's just mid. It's okay. It's all right. With Highguard, I feel like what I experienced in those 5 hours is what I'm going to experience in the 200th hour. And that's part of the problem that I have with it. You know, it's hyped up. There's a lot of hype around it, and I don't know where it's going to land. But anyways, what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you think. Did you like it? Do you like Highguard? I don't know if you do. But that's where I stand on it, and I'm going to stick with how I feel about it. All right. I want you to tell me what you like about it. Please let me know in the comments. I really, really, really want to know what you think. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everything that you do. And if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Any engagement helps. And as always, my friends, peace, and much love. I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.